5 simple daily habits that made me a millionaire. 7 years ago, I was broke, stressed, and drowning in debt. Today, I'm a self-made millionaire with complete control over my time, my income, and my life. I didn't get here because of one magic big idea. I didn't get here because of knowing someone or knowing the right people. I got here because of 5 simple daily habits that I refuse to skip. See, no matter how tired, busy, or unmotivated I was, I just had to get them done. These are nice to do habits. These are non-negotiables. The kind of habits that quietly rewire your brain, build unstoppable momentum, and turn average people into the millionaires over time. The best part, you don't need money. You don't need money to start them today. You don't need special skills. You just need to commit. Because the truth is, wealth isn't built by doing something big once. It's built by doing the right things over and over again until the results become impossible to ignore. So in this video, I'm going to show you exactly what those 5 habits are, how they transform my life, and how you can start them today. Let's get into the first habit. So the first habit I want to talk to you guys about today is every single day you must review one thing that directly drives your revenue. Reviewing proposals, sales calls, pricing, or opportunities before anything else. For example, right, if you are in the sales world, you got to make sure that you're constantly checking where is the most amount of revenues coming from your sales team. Which channel of products that you're selling that's making you the most money? Which campaign are you running that's going to put you in a position to have the highest conversion? See, money grows where attention flows. You have to check your income drivers daily. And most people, they live on the autopilot. They live on just allowing things to take place on its own flow. You don't want that. You want to be constantly checking where are the leaks of your business? Where are the opportunities of your business? And the opportunities of your business come by being present and checking daily revenue, making sure that wherever the revenue is coming from, that you know exactly why it's coming, who's responsible for that revenue, and what do you need to do to be able to keep that revenue, and what do you need to do to be able to increase it and make sure it doesn't fall behind the heartbeat. Number 2, the 2 future move rule. I call that 2 future moves rule is because you want to be 2 steps ahead all the time. You got to always work 2 steps ahead your competition, 2 steps ahead your competitors, anybody that's around you that you know that they are there to be able to take away what you're working hard for. So always work 2 steps ahead. Today's work should be set up tomorrow and the day after. Why is this unique habit? Because most habits focus on present. This right here creates a momentum stacking. See, I remember when I was a young salesperson, we would receive our leads on the Friday night when the week was over. On the Monday morning, everybody would come in at 9 in the morning and they would have to review those leads, making sure that those leads were qualified. Is there an opportunity with these leads or not? And then they would spend 2 to 3 hours reviewing these leads rather than at 9 a.m. during the hottest call time, picking up the phone and actually dialing those leads and making revenue and making money, making the profit. So what I did is I said, okay, I get the leads on a Friday. I'm going to come in on a Saturday and I'm going to review all of these leads on a Saturday. I'm going to set myself up. I'm going to be 2 steps ahead than everyone else. And I'm going to make sure when I walk in on a Monday morning at 9 a.m., I'm not sitting there trying to make myself a coffee. I'm not chewing on a donut. I'm not watching ESPN highlights. I am ready to go. And that's what separates average from elite. That's what separates the winners from the losers, is the fact that you're constantly prepared. Conor McGregor said it the best. If you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Your future wealth is decided by what you set in motion today, not tomorrow. Habit number 3, audit your influence diet. Okay. Most people, they live their life on the autopilot. You don't get on top of the mountain without actually wanting to climb the mountain. So most people missing this concept, they miss being intentional about who and what they consume daily. You got to be able to really be careful what type of things you're consuming, what type of information you're reading, what type of accounts you're following, what type of people are you shaking hands with, what type of people are you sharing, your time with. Because a lot of times we don't understand that we are actually being influenced subconsciously, not just consciously, but subconsciously. So limit the low value voices, increase the high value you wants. You see, most people think, oh, you know what? I'm just going to go and read a book. No, it's not just about reading a book. It's about why you want to read that book. It's about why you picked up that book in the first place. What are you looking to learn from the book that you're reading? Because a lot of times when we are just doing things because they look good or because they sound good, but they lack intention, what's going to happen is that we are spending time, effort, energy, money on the things that don't really create and marinate the result and success that we're looking for, because we're just doing things for the public eye rather for our personal gain. So you have to be very specific, very intentional on what you're doing, why you're doing it, and how what you chose to do is going to help you become better. Be very intentional with information, with everything that you choose to do, because every single decision that you make is either helping you or hurting you. So limit the news scrolling, cut toxic group chats, and replace them with expert-led learning masterminds, mentors. Meet with your leadership. Meet with the people that have what you want and have the great character that allow them to get there. Your network isn't just the people you meet, it's everyone you listen to. It could be the highlight reel on Instagram. It could be that account that you've been following for a long time that's keeping you broke. It could be the music you're listening to. It could be the friend that because you grew up together, you don't want to get rid of, but they're in your ear constantly building up self-sabotage in you, and that is the reason why you feel stuck. Remember this, okay? Eagles don't hang out with chickens. So if you want to fly high, you got to get rid of this shit. Habit number 4, I like to call this a Pareto principle, okay? But we're going to use the Pareto principle towards accountability check, okay? Every single day, ask yourself, am I spending 80% of my time on the 20% of actions that create result? Why is this important? Because most people only do this weekly or quarterly. But if you do this daily, okay, and you correct the course of action fast enough, then you will never get lost. Most people, they wait too long to be able to realize that they're going into a wrong direction. But if you have these daily checkpoints with yourself and you have this level of accountability with who you are, where you're looking to go, and why you do what you do, and you understand, am I aligned with everything that I'm doing right now? Or am I saying I'm gonna go this way, but I'm hanging out here? Because if you're doing that, right, you're gonna save yourself time from returning back to where you started and redoing it again. One of my mentors a long time ago said, if you do it right once, you don't have to do it again. And that is the importance here, because we all know we can make more money. We all know that we can make more friends, we can make more relationships, we can make more sales. What we cannot make more of is the time. So this habit right here allowed me to save a lot of time from just being lost, doing the things that don't produce the result that I look for. For example, recently I lost 22 pounds, and every single day I would hold myself accountable by counting the calories that I'm eating, by counting the steps that I'm taking, by making sure that I am always within the perimeters that's not going to allow me to gain the weight, but instead lose the weight, gain the muscles, and do the right thing. You can take this principle and apply in any area of your life. And if you do that correctly, you'll be able to cut out a lot of bullshit. You'll be able to cut out a lot of busy work immediately and replace it with needing moving actions. Actions that make you better, actions that give you the results that you were craving from the beginning. See, millionaires aren't busier than you. They are just less distracted than you. And if you can realize that, and if you could really eliminate all the distractions, you're going to be much more successful. One of the biggest influences in my life been Warren Buffett. And when Warren Buffett had a quote, he said, successful people say no more than non-successful people. In the beginning, it's very hard to understand, what do they say no to? They say no to the things that take them away from the course of getting to where they're looking to go. So if you are holding yourself accountable, and if you're constantly measuring where you are, and if you are aligning yourself with the proper measurements of, am I on track or where I'm supposed to be, you will be successful. Habit number 5. Close the day with one win, close the day with one lesson, and close the day with one thing that you're grateful for. That is what most people forget to do. I know sometimes people may tell you that, hey, it's just a small win. Why are you so happy celebrating such a small win? And those people don't understand that those small wins are building up your confidence. Those small wins are actually the proof that you are on the right track. Those small wins actually make you realize that you're capable and willing. And that is the reason why whenever you do something that you are proud of, you should take a moment and actually celebrate that and give yourself credit. See, at the end of every single day, write down your biggest win and your biggest lesson, because when you finish your day, your mind's going to say, okay, was today a winning day or a losing day? And by you answer that question and you identifying what is that one big win, what is that one big lesson, what is one thing I'm grateful for, you are training your mind to constantly look for those wins. You're training your mind to go to sleep knowing that objectives have been completed and you did not waste your day. Instead, you earned your pillow. Most people go to sleep without earning their pillow. When you have this one-on-one talk with yourself and you ask yourself, what did I win today? What did I do to be able to be proud of who I am? What is one thing I learned? Automatically, you become a productive person. You become a contributing citizen to your community because you know you did not waste the 24 hours that God has given you, okay? This combines a lot of different things. This combines aspect of gratitude. This combines self-assessment. This combines, are you improving or are you staying stagnant, into a single quick habit by simply addressing your own self. The wins could be as small as closing that deal. The win could be, I had 10 things on my to-do list and all 10 things on my to-do list were done. The win could be, I promised that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to, reach out to this vendor. I'm going to go ahead and start working on this deck. And I did that. Those are the things that are really going to build your self-confidence, because when you ask yourself, what is my credit with myself? And then you say, my credit with myself is getting better because every time I said I was going to do something, I did it, I checked it off, and I reprogrammed my brain to realize these wins. As small as they are, they're still wins, and those small wins will start to add up to bigger wins. And then at the end, you will have your big grand slam, okay? What is the lesson? The lesson part of it is most people, they retain the same information every single day. They listen to the same song. They watch the same show. They hang out with the same people. So what this forces you to do is become aware that you could learn on a daily basis. You could apply new information to your life on a daily basis. So it gives you an edge compared to everyone else. That daily you have a journal and every single day you're writing what exactly did you learn on a day-to-day basis to be able to, right, get ahead of everyone else. So every day is a training. Every single day you have to train your mind to be aware of the lessons. My father always told me, don't just learn with your eyes, learn with your ears, because you can hear much more than you can see. And at the end of the day, if you just pay attention to a lot more things because you're training your brain to become more aware, because you're looking to write this thing down at the end of the day, you're going to say, well, I learned a lot more than just one thing. And that's okay. Because you become so aware, you're going to become a magnet towards the lessons, towards the wisdom. And then you start to build your self-awareness and you start to build these lessons that are going to help you become very knowledgeable in your industry, in the circle of friends, family, or wherever you are. So understand, every single day is a training day. And every single millionaire trains their mind on a daily basis. If you think these 5 habits were powerful, they're just the tip of the iceberg. If you really want to understand why I think this way, why I refuse to quit, and how I went from a refugee camp to making my first $1 million at the age of 28, then building a 9-figure business by age of 31, you need to watch this video I'm linking right here. I'm sharing my full story, the struggles, the sacrifices, the wins, everything that shaped my mindset to become who I am today. If you want proof that it doesn't matter where you start, only how far you're willing to go, click here, the video now, and I'll see you there.